Hello again, and I'm really sorry for the technical problems. This is the first time, happened to me, and I'm really sorry about it. Let's quickly uh, start again our conversation with Joel. It was really nice conversation. I'm waiting for Joel to join. Yeah, I'm waiting here. Yes. Uh, Sorry for. Yes, he is back. Yes, hi, Becky. It's really nice to see you here again and Lost Fights. And hello again.
Good, we're back.
I'm really sorry for this thing.
No worries, mate. No worries, dear friend. That's fine. These
Sorry
are
from you
technical
and from the
problems.
audiences. This situation, I had never situation before, but this is my first time I have faced. But I'm really sorry about audiences. Okay, and can you hear me, Joel?
Yes, I can hear you, but
Okay,
not really good. Not that's not really good.
now?
No, that's fine. That's fine
Okay,
now.
all right.
Good.
So you were talking about I think you were talking about your school, your
The
friends,
school.
and the area that you live in. Can you please continue for that?
All right. So I can continue. First, I said I live in a small city,
Yes.
and my company is a new company, and it's in this city since March 2020. And the name is JDNT, English Teaching and Translation.
Uh-huh.
And
Yes.
we actually have more than 30 students by now. Though this situation has changed our strategic plan, but we could have to adapt ourselves beyond this
Yeah, like
situation.
everybody.
Thanks God.
Yeah.
Thanks God we could make it. Yeah. And we have different kinds of students. They are teenagers. First, we have children. Of course, we teach babies. We have English for children. So we have kids of children. We have teens or teenagers, and also we have adults. All of them are gathered together in the same school, but they have a different timetable. I mean,
I
different
see.
time to start. And it's been a great experience studying with them. And this is what I'm going to talk about in another question. Yeah, but that's all about the students. But
I see. Great.
the students are really interactive. Yeah, they love
Great.
interacting. Some of them are shy, of course, but they
Great.
really love interacting with one another.
I
That's what I
see.
mean.
Perfect. Great.
Yeah.
Great, Joel. Okay, so we learned about your school and your students and the area that you live. So I want to ask you another questions like, as a foreign teacher, you are a foreign teacher for English
Right.
as a second teacher. So
Good.
can you tell us about, as a foreign teacher in Angola, the advantages and disadvantages in working at a school over there or a private course? Can you tell us a little bit?
Firstly, I'm going to talk about the advantages. But it's really advantages. There are a lot of advantages to teach English in Angola. First, because despite being a Portuguese speaking country,
Uh-huh.
the majority of people in Angola, let me say the majority, because they really love learning English.
Great.
And it's quite easier to start teaching in Angola.
Uh-huh.
I have never taught English in a public school, but in a private school. So I'm gonna talk about the private school, but I
Okay.
know well how it really is to teach English in a public school. Firstly, we have a curriculum. They give us a curriculum, and sometimes it's not quite easier to follow the curriculum because when you have a different learning style. At least I'm
Uh-huh.
talking about the learning style, and so you have to adapt in the in our learning system. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's quite different. So
Great.
American system is quite different from our system in Angola,
I see.
and its advantages due to the fact that students are interactive. First, we have we start students here they study in trimester. We say trimester. We
Uh-huh.
have the first term, second term, and then we have the third term.
I see.
And students have English. And in some schools, they start having English since the fifth grade.
Mhm.
But the majority of schools right here in Angola, students start having English from the seventh grade into the high school.
I see.
And it's quite interactive. The disadvantages that, well, if you ask students in a school like in Angola, they will say, okay, what do you know about English? They will say verb to be. Yeah, it's it's quite famous right here.
Yeah, great.
They will say, oh my gosh, I really can't learn English in a school, in a public school, because what I really learn is only about verb to be.
I
Yeah,
see.
these are the disadvantages. These are the disadvantages
I
of
see.
teaching English in Angola.
In
Yeah,
Angola.
when you teach, yeah, and sometimes, and the second disadvantage is that they only want to learn English because they want to get a good job.
Uh-huh.
If they don't get it, they will not study English. Although some study because they have passion for this language, but others, I won't study English because, yeah, my friend speaks English well. I want to be like my friend. So these are certain kind of disadvantages of teaching English in
I see. Great.
Angola because they just learning English for pleasure just because they say, yeah. But in some schools, and it's a little bit disadvantage as well because there are schools. Let me talk about the public school. We actually in public school don't have English clubs.
Great.
We don't have English clubs. We
I see.
don't have it, unfortunately. But when I started teaching English in a private school, I created an English club in the city where I live in, and I could expand in a different neighborhoods right here in my country, properly in the province of Luanda,
I
Luanda
see.
province. Good. So I could share the English clubs, and thanks God, we have more than 10 English clubs. They
Great.
weren't created by me, but I created some English clubs. And now I'm starting a new project, which is KCC, the
Ah.
Kilamba City English Community or English Clubs for the whole city.
Oh, very
And
interesting.
because I saw this is disadvantages. These are one of the disadvantages to teach English
Good.
right here in Angola. And adapt to the system. American style, so use the country learning style and learning system for students to comprehend the language.
I see.
And the one of the advantages that you are allowed to speak English through the whole lesson. They won't complain about it. They won't complain. Even if they, teacher, I don't speak Portuguese, I don't speak English, I don't understand what you're talking about. Don't speak English, please. I have to understand. So then we tell them, okay, if you want to know something in English, from Portuguese to English, you say, okay, how can I say this word in Portuguese in English? So they say the word in Portuguese and they say in English. Or if they want to know a word from English to Portuguese, we say, okay, you should say, what does it mean, this word in Portuguese? Or how can I say this word in English?
I
And
see.
they learn it. Yeah. But it's really, there are a lot of advantages to
I
teach
see.
English right here
Great.
because they
Great.
really want English.
They really
They
want
really
it.
want
They want
it.
to learn it. They are curious about it.
Yeah.
I see. Great.
Yeah, they are.
I
Even babies.
see. Great. Great.
Yeah,
So, Joel, can
indeed.
you? It's great. Thanks for your lovely experiences about and ideas and about advantages and disadvantages in Angola. So, can you? Yes, I think it's Happy Teachers Day. Yeah, great. Yeah, great.
Thank you
Yeah,
very much.
Happy Teachers Day.
Thank you, Samira.
Uh, great. So,
Good.
Joel, can you tell us about what you have done for your professional development so far?
Well, firstly, I had to be certified by Angolan system.
Yeah.
Yeah, at first I must be recognized as an English teacher in my country.
Uh-huh.
So I took a pedagogy course. I'm certified in pedagogy for English teaching. I'm specialized in the field of English language. And then I always take development courses.
Yeah.
I took Teach English Now, Foundational Principles for by Arizona State University. I
Yes.
also took the course Teach English Now, Theories of Second Language Acquisition, as well by
Wow.
Arizona State University. I also took another course, Teaching Grammar Communicatively. That's by World Learning. That's a mock.
I
You
see.
really know that.
Yeah, of course.
World Learning.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
It's
good.
great.
And I also took a different course as I am a translator, and I took a course Working with Translation.
Uh-huh.
That's by Cardiff University. I took
Great.
that course, and now I started taking a different course in
Uh-huh.
the field of English language as well. That's TESOL.
Wow. Yeah.
I really want to get this kind of degree, and I also aim to take CELTA. But I
Delta is
have
great.
started another development course, teaching English for journalism. That's a new one that I have just started taking this course, and also took teaching English for business and teaching English for human resources. All of
Very
these
interesting. Yeah.
courses are really good for my background as an English teacher.
It's great.
Thankfully, also I'm a certified English teacher from Arizona, George Mason University. I took the course Teaching English to Young Learners. Since I was awarded as a scholarship from the United States Embassy in Luanda, so I could profit this chance to take this course, and
You're,
I finished this course successfully, thanks God.
yeah.
And I didn't finish TESOL, so I'm still keep moving on
Yeah,
because
you can
teachers,
finish it.
yeah, I can't stop learning. We can't, let's say we can't.
Actually, well, we
We,
can't.
yeah, we can't stop learning because we teach and we learn. So we have
Exactly.
to
Exactly. We teach and we
acquire,
yeah.
that's it. We have to acquire a different language methodologies.
Great.
By the way, I nearly forgot. I'm also taking a different course, a professional development course, but that's an online for future learn, not future learn, that's Coursera. That is teaching English, pronunciation, and grammar as well.
Great.
That's a different one from the World Learning platform.
Wow.
And these are the development courses that I have been taking so far to enhance my
Great. Great.
professional background.
Yeah,
Yeah.
really great. Like if you say if you stop learning and you stop teaching, so to
Yeah,
teach,
that's it.
yeah, stop learning, you stop teaching. So keep learning.
And I can't, and I
Yeah,
can't.
great. Okay,
Yeah.
Joel, do you provide online lessons? Do you COVID-19?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Truth be
So,
told,
so
yeah.
great. So,
Because
I,
yes,
yeah, yes, yeah.
yes, please.
Okay, and my question Is about related about this, like, and you said yes. So you provide online lessons because of the COVID-19.
Sure.
Whole world are, really in a big danger, as we all know it, and we are really trying to be really careful about this situation. So in this period, you said yes, we do. We provide online lessons. So in this period, in this period, how do you reach your students, and how do you assess them? And also, do you think that you can reach every student?
I
It's
actually reach out to my students.
a question, I think.
Yeah, that's real. That's a tough question. But I actually have been reaching out to my students. I told you at the very beginning, since the very
Yeah,
beginning, I live in a city, a small city, but I actually have been expanding the English language all over the squares, the squares. So I reach my students to the platform Zoom.
great.
I
Yeah.
only got to know this platform. I only got to know this platform since this pandemic arose.
Thanks God.
Unfortunately,
Thanks God, we have Zoom. Yeah.
yeah, thanks God we have Zoom because I started teaching. I started reaching my students through WhatsApp and then through Facebook. But I said, okay, it's going to be a little bit tough to hold classes with them through Facebook, through WhatsApp. So I said, okay, there's another platform. Let me just try it out. And I
Nice.
tried it. So I reached out my students through Zoom, and thanks God, some of them have been using this platform. They have
Great.
been using this platform very often, and it's not easy to reach out to them, to reach out all of them.
I
It's
see.
not due to the internet connection.
I see.
Internet connection right here in the country, wow, it's a little bit difficult. So the majority of people do not have access to the internet.
Uh,
They don't have access to the internet. So I reach out to them through Zoom, and it's not easy
I see.
because when you are teaching, sometimes the lines fails. Line went down. Line failed. Line went down. And it's not easy to teach or reach out to all of them. Only some, let me say some, let me say the minority,
I can,
not
I can
majority,
understand.
due to this pandemic. Yeah, yeah. But talking about the assessment, uh, I had this experience firstly a couple months ago when it came to assess them. I said, okay, now it's time to assess the student. What can I do? I use different activities to assess them.
Uh-huh. Great.
I prepare the assessment and I create a PowerPoint. And then I touch all the assessments on PowerPoint and I help them. I give instruction
Uh-huh.
so that they can take the assessment carefully. So I only use the PowerPoint and then I assess their speaking because we have debate
Oh,
and discussion.
great.
Okay.
I
I,
love debates. Yeah, they are great.
yeah. And if they agree, I disagree. I am always on the opposite side.
Yeah.
I
The
am
other,
never with them.
great.
Yeah. So I assess them through debates. That's the best way to assess my students through debate. And also elaborate some short essays. So and
Uh-huh.
then I let them write. It's okay. Since you wrote your essays, please take a photo and share with me on WhatsApp. Yeah, so we use the two platform. Let me say platform, if you allow me. So we use
Of
Zoom
course.
and WhatsApp to manage the language learning system.
Uh-huh.
So
Great.
primarily when it comes to essay, they write, take photo, send to me on WhatsApp, and they assess them, and we move ahead. That's
Great.
how I do.
Yes, great.
It's not easy.
Great. Really great. I
Yeah,
I really like them because I'm using WhatsApp and Zoom for my students too.
good.
Course. Yeah, they do it for assessing. I give them some uh,
Right.
the writing homeworks, and they do it. Also projects, and just you mention it, they
Good.
just take photos of their writing and their projects, and they send me by WhatsApp, and I see it. But of course, they sometimes cut in the middle of the night, like it's like 12 o'clock. They
Right.
rings, yeah, ding ding, and then
You know what I do?
I have a
You know what I do in this situation? You
yeah,
know what I did is I said, okay, you have the reminder. They know my music. That's the
yeah,
music for them. I say, at the end of the lesson, they have a reminder when I give them homework. I said, I can forget everything, but I never forget homework. And I
yeah,
said, okay,
yeah.
you should send to me
Great, yeah,
homework until until today, 11:59 p.m. Okay, and they say, okay, teacher, it's your time. And I said, oh, you still have time because they're at home, and instead of taking too much time watching TV, they can they can do the homework. They know, okay, we
definitely.
have deadlines. Okay, let's work on deadlines. I use American system when it comes to deadline. It's very important. But
Yeah,
when they don't meet the
important.
deadline, I am flexible. When they don't meet the deadline, it's okay. You didn't send. Okay, right, no problem. Send to me tomorrow
Yeah, great,
at
great.
this time. And they always do it. Thanks God. Yeah.
Yeah, students are students. They are same in everywhere,
Yeah.
here and there,
They
in
are
the
they are
country.
babies. They are our babies.
Yeah, exactly, exactly, Joel.
Yeah.
Yeah, Joel.
Yeah.
What I want to move to another question. Like, what kind of
All
activities
right.
do you use during this period with your students? Can you tell us about
Good.
some activities that you use with your students?
Good. That's a great question. First, we have talking.
I see.
Talking, they have big talks. See, from small talks, they have
Uh-huh.
small talks. They have big talking. These are some activities that I use with them. And
Uh-huh.
then we have different activities. I used to hold it when it came to face-to-face classroom. I said, okay, Simon say, for example, touch your body. So they touch their body. So I sometimes try to use it online because I can see them through Zoom.
Yeah.
Okay, I pin their video and say, okay, I mention the name of the students and they say, okay, Simon say, do that. Okay, they do this. Simon say, do this. And they always follow the orientation. And for by what I have just mentioned, debates. I always use it. We never miss a day without a debate. We almost never. We almost never miss
Yeah.
a debate. Yeah, because it I believe that it really helps them to speak English faster.
Definitely.
Yeah, and this is a virtual class, and they can't gather together with their classmates. So debate is one of the best way to get them talking. I say, okay, do you agree? Do you disagree? Okay, if everybody disagrees, I say, okay, really? So I agree with this point. And it's okay. It's because this situation is like, teacher, okay. You said you disagree. I
Yeah.
agree. Okay, so I get them speak.
Great.
That's
Yeah.
a great activity, I believe it.
Great.
Yeah, but we actually don't play games yet. We don't play
You
games
haven't
yet.
you haven't started yet.
We haven't started yet, but sooner, sooner, we will
Yeah.
start sooner.
Great. Great.
I am managing to create different activities. I am managing, yes, and I also create the WhatsApp groups,
Uh-huh.
and I take some photos for. I go to the website from American English for Educators.
Mm.
I take some pictures and I send to them, and I say, okay, please. Uh, I take a vocabulary, one word. They say, okay, this word, for example, the word is book. I say, okay, create a sentence with the word book. And
Great.
then they interact with all of them, and it's okay. If they make mistake, I don't correct. I let them correct themselves. And like this they learn. When it's that they are not helping each other, it's okay, you can do this, you could have done that, and they are really interacting. And truth be told, in the groups, they are more active than I do.
Uh-huh.
They are really excited about it, so they are more active
That's
than I
yeah,
do.
that's what
That's I love it.
you want actually, huh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's great. That's really good.
Yeah. Great. Great.
Yeah, very good.
It's great, Joel. So have you got other activities?
Yeah.
Or is that all?
Come-
Have
I
you got
guess that's all.
all right.
I
So
am
Joel,
still managing to get to have a different activities.
yeah, oh, great, lovely. They are really great
Yeah,
activities. I know it, and
right.
I love the talking, small talks and big talks and the debates and the WhatsApp
Good.
groups. For them, they're
All
lovely
right.
activities. Great, thank you.
That's great.
So what I want to ask you, the another question is, what uh, what is your general ideas about the future of education? What do you think about it?
Good. I'll talk about in the field of as a general. Let me generalize it
Yeah.
and isolate the English language field as well. Well, due to the situation that we have been going through, I have a different big issue of the future of education.
Uh-huh.
First, I understand that we have to use technologies. STEMs are very important for education. And I can see that within 5 years, we are going to have really good education. Because this situation taught us that education is the most powerful weapon to change the world, said Madiba, Nelson Mandela. And we have been not in this situation, and it's quite important. And STEMs will help. And we have started using Zoom, and we will
Yeah,
not stop anymore because we are more creative. The creativity is more widened.
I see.
And so we are going to have a different education in 5 years or 10 years. We will have
Uh-huh.
a different education. We will use the STEMs. We will use the traditional classes, which is really important as well. And we will have the virtual classes are really good now. It's really it's true. Virtual
Yeah,
classes now are good. Although, well, some do not have access to it. So they actually waiting for the traditional one. But with this situation, I believe that the education is going to change more and
I
more. And when we talk about the English language, we are going to have more English speakers all over the world. And speakers from different languages as well, because languages are very important. One
yeah,
language leads to another, and
yeah.
it builds us up to start a communication. And we are going to have a really good education. I believe that. Yeah, in
Uh-huh.
this kind of situation, different views. Yeah, that's what I think.
Oh, great, great. And
Yeah,
and you know, as we talk about that, and you have also some ideas for distant educations. What are your suggestions to the teachers for distant educations? What can you suggest them?
good. That's a really good question. Some cannot use Zoom, but those ones who are really able to use Zoom, I suggest them to use it. But they have to explore the tools that we find in Zoom.
Uh-huh.
Zoom, we have the virtual whiteboard. We have virtual whiteboard, so they can profit that one. They can use those tools. They can draw, and I also suggest them to use PowerPoint. When we teach online, well, it's very important when you get more ready rather than, well, it's important. In traditional classes, we used to get ready, but teaching online, you don't need to teach everything. Yeah, that's what I suggest. When it comes to teaching grammar and you are teaching online, you have to incorporate, our teachers have to incorporate different activities to teach grammar. Besides Zoom, they also can use a different tool. And now Google has got a different tool for teaching online. I really forgot the name, but it has got a different tool to teach English online. And it's very helpful. And besides it, they also can use WhatsApp.
Yeah.
They can do, for example, video calls. They can use video calls to hold big talks and small talks. They can teach their students like this. It's very important. And we also can use, they also can use, as a for the distance learning, create web pages on whether on Facebook, whether on Twitter. I don't know. I actually not use Twitter.
Yeah.
Let me say Instagram, Facebook and Instagram. They can create web pages to teach their students. It's very important. One more thing. In Zoom, we have the tool to record the lessons. They also can record the lesson. They
Exactly.
can record
Yeah.
the lesson. It's quite helpful. They can see whether they made some mistake, where they can evaluate their learning system and teaching system. They can evaluate which student was struggling with the tool, let me say Zoom, or a different tool that the teacher will be using. But PowerPoint is a very good tool. Besides the virtual whiteboard that we find on Zoom,
Uh-huh.
PowerPoint is a great tool. And instead of wasting too much time drawing, because Zoom we have a limited time for those ones who are using for free, they're not using the pro version. Instead of drawing, making a lot of drawing, so they can take some prepared lesson 2 or 3 days before the lesson starts. They can prepare it, organize some pictures that it will be necessary for them to use in the class
Mhm.
and attach them on the PowerPoint so that they can teach it. And they will not, they will avoid wasting so much time drawing.
I see.
They only have to draw when it is necessary. When it is really necessary, yeah, they can draw. They can do it. We have a note in Zoom, a space which is called
I see.
annotate. They can click there, they can write it as simple text when they are teaching something to enlighten the students. And that's a great point. I believe these are very good tools for
Wow.
teachers. We as a teacher, let me generalize.
Great,
Yeah,
Joel.
that's it.
Joel,
That's very good.
and
Good.
can you give us some examples of the web pages that you use for teaching? Can you, if you know some useful web pages, can you tell us about
Good. I actually use the British Council. Just
it?
there are a lot of good tools, a lot of tools to teach English. A
Uh-huh.
lot. British Council, and I also use American English for Educators.
Yeah,
They
I
have
that's
a web page
wonderful
on
page.
Google.
Yeah.
Yes, they have their web page on Google, and they also have a web page on Facebook. And I also use ELT, English Language Teaching. That's a web page on Facebook. They post a lot of English tools for English teachers.
Uh-huh.
And by the way, what I do is to talk to different teachers to get different tools. For
Yeah,
example, I
great.
talk to you. You know that.
Yeah,
You know that. I always talk to you to get different tools. And
yeah,
that's what they can do as well. They can get in touch with a different teacher. Look, can you help me with different tools? Because we have a lot of tools.
yeah,
And
exactly.
the books that we have been using are also good. We have a different activities, so we only have to select the activities. Yeah, we have to use stars. Yeah, we have to select, replace. We can replace the activities that we find in the book and to use a very simple activity that we are quite sure our students are going to comprehend it.
I see.
And these kind of ways or strategies I have been using are very helpful. And they are really comfortable when they are learning English. And they want more. When you say, okay, time is over, there's no more 5 minutes because of these activities.
Yeah,
But American English for Educators is a great tool. I
I
recommend
know.
it.
Yeah, I follow the web pages too. Like they are very useful, and also they provide some webinars and courses, MOC, which
Right.
is mock courses. Yeah, we should follow. We should follow it. The teachers, or actually all teachers, all English teachers should follow that
Right.
American English educators to pages on Facebook and
That's
web
it.
page.
Hmm? That's it. And talking about mocks, let me first webinars.
Sure.
United American, we have that webinar American English Live series for
Yeah,
webinars.
exactly.
They are really good tools for us as an English teacher. They post links where we can find materials as a backup for our lessons. And when we talk about MOOCs and GOCs, global online
Uh-huh.
courses as well, we find different tools when we take different courses. They give us
Exactly.
different tools for different courses. And they also they give us additional materials.
Definitely. Yeah.
And YouTube is also a great one.
Yeah.
We were forgetting YouTube. YouTube is a great tool as well. We can
Ex-
we can learn from those teachers.
yeah.
And for example, this session, teacher talk. We
Exactly.
are in session 6, if I'm not wrong. You
Yeah,
can
you are
correct
right.
me.
You are our sixth guest. Yeah.
That's it. The 6th section, we teachers can go over those previous sessions, and we can learn from our different teachers' experience. They
Exactly.
actually they give us different tools.
Yeah.
That's what I did as well. I said, okay,
Yeah,
let me
that's
just have a look at it.
exactly the main purpose of these sessions. The main is I was thinking that how can I create something that we all the teachers around the world can share their ideas and experiences with
Right,
other teachers.
right.
And the thing is that every week I try to reach a teacher from different country, not from the everywhere.
Good.
Yeah. So this week, we are with you, and you are from Angola. We have your ideas.
Sure.
Next week,
That's it.
we have a Patricia. That's she's a teacher.
Good.
She's a teacher trainer, and yeah,
Wow, that's nice.
from Buenos Aires, Argentina. Yeah,
Wow,
and we are really
that's awesome.
preparing something good for you. Yeah. Uh,
Good.
exactly.
That's very good. And I sincerely commend you. I sincerely commend you
Sure.
for creating these activities, these kind of sessions,
Yeah.
because it gives us voice. It gives us
Exactly.
voice. It lets us speak more and more because we share our experience.
Sure.
And we also, besides sharing our experience, we talk about our students. And when they learn that, okay, what teacher will be participating in a online live,
Yeah.
in an online activity. For example, in a teacher talk by Creative English. Let us have a look at it. When
Yeah.
they talk about
Exactly.
us, they feel motivated. That kind of motivation will
Exactly.
building in their heart. It's helpful. Yeah, it's very helpful. And I said, okay, when we start our session, I can't forget to commend Vulcan for creating this teacher talk series.
Exactly.
And don't stop, because I look forward to participating in more and more
Yeah. Thank you.
series of
Thank you.
teacher talks.
Yeah. I'm not
Yeah,
planning to stop this one. I will go as long as I go. Yeah.
right. Yeah. Don't
Yeah.
stop it. Don't stop.
Don't.
And when I post about this series, my friends were asking, my friends from Angola, they say, "Oh my God, what is it? Oh my gosh, that sounds interesting, man. What is it? Can you share some ideas with us? What can I do to participate?" I said, "Okay,
Exactly.
let's hold it. Let's just wait, and we will learn more about what the teacher talk really is." And
Exactly.
thanks God, some of them are joining us. They
Yeah. They
joined
joined. They joined.
ours.
Yeah. They were here.
Yeah,
They were writing.
yeah.
One of your go down here. Let me see what did they write. The Joel, the big dreamer. Yeah, it's the big
Ah, yeah.
Matthew
that's
dreamer. I
that's
think.
Mother Satan.
Yeah, yeah. They support
Yeah,
you here. It's really good to have your friends also here from there. Yeah, and it's
yeah, yeah.
great.
It's always a pleasure. And
Yeah,
also commend, and I really thank you very much for the audience. all of them are giving us support to
Yeah, sure.
hold these kind of teacher talk series, and it's always a pleasure. And I look forward to gather together with them as well. Yeah, because probably some of them are teachers, some of them aren't a teacher, but we have more.
Yeah,
We have a lot to
listen,
share. Yeah,
the
we do. Yeah,
precious experiences. For me, all the experiences are really precious from each teacher. Exactly, because every teacher
right.
has different experience. So we should listen.
That's it.
Yeah, we should listen, and we should
Yeah,
think new from others. Yeah, that's what
yeah, yeah.
I see. Okay, Joel, and that's all my questions are this, and that's
All right.
this session. And I would like to thank you again for your great experiences and your ideas. You shared your time with us, and you give your time to us, and it was really nice to listen to you. It was really great
It was a pleasure.
to listen your experiences and these things from you, my friend, from you. And
Yeah, I really appreciate it.
yeah, thank you. And
Yeah.
that's all for. I think it's 10 o'clock here, but it's eight o'clock in Angola. I
Eight.
think
Sure, that's absolutely right. 8 o'clock.
it's I think it's dinner.
8 o'clock.
It's dinner time. I think there.
Yeah, it's 8 o'clock, but it was very good. I really appreciate it. It's
Yeah,
always a pleasure to
yeah. It's
participate.
also a
But
pleasure.
good times are coming. I know that you're going to invite me in the next session, and I look
Sure,
forward to create another one. Yeah, we'll be
sure. Why
sharing
not?
our experiences.
Yeah, of course, of course.
Yeah,
We
we'll be sharing.
will have another live sessions. If you want to join
Sure.
with the different with the different experiences, with the different questions, we can talk and we can share.
We
Joel.
can. We can.
Sure.
I'm 24/7. I'm 24/7.
Great.
I'm available anytime, anytime. I'm here
Okay. Thank you
to
very much,
keep
Joel. Thank you.
helping. Let's build it. Yeah, that's it. It was a
Thank you.
pleasure. I
All
really
right.
appreciate it.
So
Thank you.
that's all. That's all for today. And thanks a lot again for you. And thank you very much to the teachers. Or if you are not also another teacher, that's not a problem. Thank you very much to join this session and listen to Joel's Joel's ideas and experiences. And I hope I learned a lot from him. And I'm hope you have learned also something from his experiences. And thanks a lot one more time for your experiences and for your ideas and giving your time to us, Joel.
I really appreciate it. It's always a pleasure. Thank you very much. I
Great.
also learned with you. I also learned with you.
Yeah. Keep working hard. And I know you are doing really great things, and we are trying to do really great things. And
Sure.
keep doing great things. Yeah.
I wish you the same.
Yeah. And as your friend says, Joel, the big dreamer, and don't stop it. If you want to,
I won't stop. I won't.
don't stop it. Everything starts by dreaming.
Sure, that's it.
Yeah.
Everything starts by dreaming. That's it. I will stop.
Don't stop.
I tell you
Thank you
the
very
same. I tell you the same.
Yeah.
Thank you. I really
Thank
appreciate
you.
it.
And
My pleasure. My pleasure.
happy Teachers Day. And that's all, Joel.
Happy to hear you and for the teachers who are following us.
Exactly.
Who have joined
Yeah,
in this.
for you
Thank you very much.
and the teachers or the people who are listening, maybe they are good morning for them. And enjoy the rest of your day or night or evening. Okay, Joel.
Sure.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you very
Bye-bye,
much.
and peace. Take
Bye
care.
bye. Good night. Take
Bye.
care.
You too.
Bye.